Talk.
Hey there, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday on a Tuesday. I'm your host, Amadi B, and today I have the one and only back on the show, attorney Ramesh Raghuthaman.
Hi.
Managing partner of D. Miller & Associates. It's such a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
I know being a managing partner, you have to be swamped.
I am. There's a lot of stuff on my desk.
Yes.
But it's always good to be here.
Yeah.
And it's been a while.
Yes, we're super thankful to have you here, and thank you for making time on your schedule. I know today's going to be a very fun show. You and I are going to have fun, but we always have fun.
Yeah.
Okay? So we just actually experienced a really big weekend.
Yeah, it was fun.
Super Bowl Sunday. We're talking about Super Bowl 54.
I know. It's crazy, right?
It's so crazy.
I
So
know.
we're going to talk a little bit about that. And who else better than yourself to talk about some sports?
Self-proclaimed expert.
Exactly. This guy is good when it comes to sports. So for those of the viewers that haven't seen you in a while,
Yes.
tell us a little bit about yourself. Or what have you had up your sleeve? What plans you got?
Well, I'm from Houston, Texas, originally from Sugar Land, I like to say. Been here for pretty much the entirety of my life. I went to college and law school away.
Mm-hmm.
But Darren and I have been together since '04.
Wow.
And seen a lot of growth, and I'm really excited. I like the direction that the firm is going in. I think 2020 is going to shape up to be a really great year for us.
Awesome.
We have a lot of things moving in the right direction, and quite honestly, this is kind of the best team we've ever had, right?
Yeah,
You know,
I
we're
definitely
working.
agree. I know speaking certain things into existence, it's beautiful to see them happening and then coming to life. So I know you're already speaking into existence about what our year is going to be like, and I know you have a lot of details in your head that you probably can't disclose. Surprise. But once those things start happening, I would love to have you back on the show so you could say, hey, guys, this is what I was talking about.
Yeah,
This is
absolutely.
exactly-
I would love to. That would be great.
Yeah, that is awesome. So I want to open up those lines of communication for you guys, for all my Super Bowl fans, whoever watched the game. I want you guys to interact with us. I really want you guys to ask him some questions. Test his knowledge, and you will see he's actually really, really good. So we're going to be recapping. So first, let's go ahead and start off by saying congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. Yes. It was well earned.
Yeah, absolutely. First time in 50 years.
50 years. So, I mean, we've watched the Super Bowl, and sometimes it's a very entertaining show.
Yeah.
But in your opinion, was this a good game from both parties, the 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs?
I would say overall, absolutely. I think the first half started a little bit slow. These teams are both really good offensively. So it was a little bit low scoring, surprisingly. But, man, that last 8 minutes really made up for it.
Oh
was
my
amazing.
gosh,
It was
yes.
amazing.
I would have never saw that coming in.
Yeah.
We'll talk a little bit about that. So before we get into the Super Bowl topic, what did you do? Did you go out in the town? Did you kind of stay at home? What were your plans that you did for Super Bowl?
Well, I've got 3 girls. Hashtag girl dad. And I was at home, and, we just had a lot of kids over, and we're able to watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I kind of like it like that. The only problem is it's like the next day's Monday.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
need to make sure that even though it's a lot of fun, you got to be ready to bring it.
You have the power to make Monday a holiday. Since
Wow.
you're an entrepreneur. I'm just kidding. We never. Our Mondays are crazy around here.
It's interesting that you said that, because yesterday I can't tell you at least how many times I had the conversation of they should really make that day a holiday and switch it with like Columbus Day. I mean, please, no offense to any of the other holidays, but
we love Columbus Day.
again, the amount of people that do something on Super Bowl Sunday, it's really turned into kind of a larger cultural, American event. And what we like to say, it passes the mom test. Even mom's interested.
Yeah, for sure. First of all, I love that you said #GirlDad. So that is in memory and just rest in peace for Kobe Bryant, as well as Gianna Bryant and all the other victims that passed away in the helicopter ride.
Yeah.
I know we're going to do a very big tribute whenever they do the memorial and the funeral, which we're all kind of waiting, sadly, but it was a very tragic time. And just really tragic news that there was kids involved in that accident. So
I think it was, a lot of people, we've talked about it, and I think that what makes this resonate with a lot of us is there's a couple of things. One, he grew up in front of our eyes, right? We saw him from when he was a 17-year-old kid. We watched him mature. We watched him make good decisions. We watched him make some bad decisions. But we also watched him turn into a man and mature and grow from that. And at the end of it all, I think what really kind of encapsulates it is that, he's been, even though he's Kobe Bryant, there was these last couple of years, nobody really knew much since he retired. And you're finding out what an amazing dad he was.
Yeah.
Like hearing the stories about, people telling him, hey, you need to have a boy to carry on the legacy, and how his daughter was like, no, I got this,
Yeah.
It really just kind of shaped things and put things in perspective. And like for me, for someone who has, 3 girls, it made me realize like, yeah, girl dad, know? And it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But again, it is tragic. We, there was 9 total people that were involved in the accident, but there were 3 children that passed away. And, I was shocked absolutely shocked when I heard.
Yeah, me too.
It was a beautiful Sunday here,
It was. And the first shocker was first Kobe Bryant. Then when we heard the daughter and then teammates, I think that really hit and pierced people's hearts, because you're now thinking of children and you're thinking of, they're so innocent, But, there is positive at the end of the tunnel. I know Vanessa Bryant has posted some stuff.
Yeah.
I know it's got to be hard for her, but she's trying to keep positive for her other girls as well.
I know. So. And what really struck me is that, she found out, like, scrolling through her phone, and I can't even imagine what that would, how terrible that could be.
Exactly. I know the power now. We have these platforms that are so powerful.
Yeah.
It just kind of shows you the new decade that we're in, which you kind of steer away from the news channel, and your news channel is on your phone or your iPad or your watch.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy. Times have changed, which is, it's fine. Now that, the news comes on your iPad or your phone, it's just crazy that the news is now a little delayed. They might have to step it up a little bit.
I don't know. It's interesting. Real quick, I'll tell you what a big thing in the difference of that is, when we were growing up as children, you would find sports news on the sports page the next day. So if like a major trade happened, by the time you read about it, you picked up the paper on your driveway, you came back inside and you opened up the sports page and you're like, oh man, they traded this guy. It happened already.
Yeah.
Now there's probably countless hours of radio and internet, blog and Twitter and TV all leading up to it, and pretty much before the trade happens.
In seconds. Yeah. So now you guys see the power of these platforms, which is social media. It's kind of crazy. And I know even us, whenever we saw the Super Bowl winner, right when they literally still had 24 seconds on the clock, they were already celebrating. But we couldn't say post, because I'm like, it's not official. What if something happens? What if the referees come back and say something? So yes, as soon as that buzzer hit, post, congratulations. So just within seconds, the power of that.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I know, kind of talking about our social media, we'll get into the game, but we did post some pictures that you guys just saw. We'll post them again, but like the pre-game, you guys were this is some of our attorneys. I know we have 6, so we only have a panel of 4 there, but you're going to be in some of the pictures here in a minute.
Absolutely.
But this panel of 4, which is super cool, we kind of made it seem, they actually talk about the predictions and a lot of the stuff. So I thought that was cool. We kind of made it fun. And then another good one that we posted is like, what is your favorite player? Which actually is a good question that I'm going to ask you. Who is your favorite player?
From the Super Bowl teams?
Yes.
Okay, from the Super Bowl teams.
Because he was about to give you a roster.
Yeah, well, from the Super Bowl teams, it would probably have to be Patrick Mahomes. He's a Texas Tech grad, and honestly, I knew he was good, and I knew he got drafted highly, but I didn't expect him to be this good.
Yeah, good. He's
good.
Super good. We're going to talk about him. There was another picture we posted, which is, of course, congratulations from the one and only himself, the managing partner. So that's actually a great, great picture. So this was the first Super Bowl that, like you mentioned earlier, that Kansas City Chiefs has won within the last 50 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so what were some highlights of the game that, really made it for you, that really were a highlight for you?
So it's interesting. I'm really kind of glad you asked. I have some very close friends that are diehard Chiefs fans, and going to law school in St. Louis, and living there for a couple of years. Kansas City and St. Louis, they're not far, but they're not. I mean, they're close together. Okay, and there's a lot of people who are Chiefs fans in that region, and I've had friends, and I've been aware of their fandom and what how the Chiefs have always been doing. So when they were in the Super Bowl, this was really exciting for me, and I was a little bit nervous at the beginning, and I thought there were a couple plays, and Mahomes made a really bad throw on the interception in the first half, and I thought to myself, I hope it's not nerves, Things get different when the lights go on.
Yeah.
And but at the end, they were able to come through. For me, the couple of the plays, Mahomes running it in for the touchdown. He's been doing that all year.
Yeah.
He did that in the playoffs. And then that play in the fourth quarter where they got Kelsey for the touchdown, the tight end. That was amazing.
Yeah.
It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and I know you're talking about the interceptions. I think that happened 2 and 2 to each team, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is crazy. And some of them were, the player was about to catch it, and then it ricocheted off of a thigh or something, which is crazy. But the first two were not. No. They were literally thrown into their hands.
Yeah.
And I know Patrick Mahomes ran it in to first and, what was it?
The first touchdown? I thought he ran that one in, right?
Yeah, he ran it in the first 10 yards, and in the second one he ran something, and I can't remember what he got. He did it twice, though,
okay,
right?
Yeah, he did, but he got tackled on the one, and then they brought in the running back got the touchdown.
There you go.
Williams, yes.
So, yeah, that's crazy. He did get the first down, which is crazy. And kind of talking about these crazy plays, I know they're being called the comeback kings.
Yeah,
okay?
absolutely.
Because they trailed their very own our Texans. I know, our little Texans, 24-0. They came up from that in the division round and 17-7 to the Titans in the AFC Championship game. So what are your thoughts on the comeback during the Super Bowl? They did it again.
Well, it's crazy. So, what, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, they were down 24 and ended up winning by 20. And now at the Super Bowl, here's what boggles my mind with the Super Bowl comeback. Not only were they down 10, they're down 10 in the Super Bowl with 7 minutes and 15 seconds left. And they won by 11.
That's crazy.
It's crazy to me. They won by 11.
Crazy.
Yeah,
and I know, you would see the 49ers kind of putting on a show we got this.
Oh, yeah, I saw that picture.
Yeah, the whole team got there, by the end zone and took a picture. But it's crazy because they kept their composure, Kansas City, and look at how that works. The last 7 minutes. So I know we're kind of talking about Patrick Mahomes. He represented Texas well.
Absolutely.
Yes.
He did really, really, really well.
Texas strong.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on him and particularly also the coach, Andy Reid?
I've seen, being a football fan and following the NFL and all of that, it's been interesting because Andy Reid was always the guy who lost the big game. And for him to finally get through and punch the ticket and get his championship, it was really
Get
nice.
Gatorade thrown at him.
Yes.
Finally.
Yes.
Woo!
Color orange, by the way.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what every coach probably their highlight is because they know that that's when they did it, So much is put into this game. Millions of people. There's a lot of commercials. There's a lot of lights, action. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
And when you're in that atmosphere, yes, your nerves get the best of you. But you know what? They pulled through, and they honestly did a great job.
Yeah.
So, Ramesh, we understand there are millions of things that you can bet on during the game. Friendly bets, they have bets at work and stuff like that. So how does that work, and what did you do, or did you do anything?
So I love just being able to see the kind of ingenuity and innovation when it comes to what type of bet they have. So you saw me mention the orange Gatorade. So you can actually bet on the color of Gatorade that is going to be poured on the coach.
Stop it.
I'm serious. It's like red, green, yellow, purple. And the interesting thing was purple, people, because of the Kobe Bryant thing and the Lakers, people thought purple might be the color of the Gatorade. Purple was even at game time, meaning you weren't getting odds. Typically on these prop bets, if you bet something, you get odds, meaning if you bet $10, if you win, you'll get some multiple of that. If you picked purple, you were going to get even. You were going to get another $10.
Please tell me what you picked.
Orange. That's why I was happy about it.
That's why you were happy. Okay. So you won that one. What are some other things that did you bet on, like the score?
So yeah, we had some fun with that. I really enjoy kind of looking through some of those things. I have this, okay, so I bet the anthem every time. I always like to make a guess and see over under on how long it'll take her to sing the anthem. So for the 6th consecutive year, I guessed wrong. I put that it would take over 2 minutes, and she clocked in at 1:51.
Oh, wow. But I think they're on a time. Like, they make it wrap it up. Don't extend that note that far. And let's talk about that. Demi Lovato did really, really good.
She sang very well. I thought that, I thought overall the entire production, the entire event, it went really, really well. Coupled with a fantastic game that really went down to the last minute. Even though the score shows that it was an 11-point game, the 49ers quarterback, if he connected on that last pass, it's a different game. I mean, he missed him.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
He missed him.
Yeah.
He had him. Emmanuel Sanders got behind the defensive backs and Garoppolo overthrew him.
Yeah.
But he catches it. That's a touchdown.
And because Kansas City got possession, they were like, okay, it's game over.
And then they ended up running the ball in for another touchdown.
Yeah, which is crazy. Never underestimate your opponent because they might come a little bit stronger than ever, and you don't want them to come and score on you.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about some other things that other people may watch the game for. Okay. I know you're watching the game for the sake of the actual game. You love sports, right?
I enjoyed the game, yes.
But there's other people, like myself, that watch it for the commercials.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, did you catch any commercials? And if so, did you have a favorite or did you have one?
So, I think the commercials, like, maybe it's just one of those things where everything in your childhood was better. Like, I used to love the Bud Bowl and, the frogs from, those guys.
They kind of redid a commercial this year where it had, like, little puppet frogs. But you remember the frogs from back in the day, Budweiser.
And was that?
Yes,
I remember all of that. I mean, we did that for like a year and a half after that commercial, with our friends. But I think, honestly, for me, the only one commercial that kind of stuck out was Baby Peanut, only because I like the show The Mandalorian, and Baby Yoda seems to be all the rage.
Yes, he is the rage. We even have a picture next to Baby Yoda.
I do have a picture next to Baby. I would love a Baby Yoda.
Yeah, y'all met for sure. So one of my favorites was the TurboTax one. I mean, it's tax season already, so they did a great job, and it was a beat. It's very music driven. Of course, I'm a music girl. I'm a dancer. It is what it is. But they did have a dance that was originated from New Orleans with a New Orleans beat. Love it. If you're not a dancer and don't know about it, that's probably the first time that you've seen it. Super catchy, super upbeat. My other favorite was the Michelob Ultra.
Okay.
with Jimmy Fallon on
Okay.
there, and he was so funny. You should watch it.
Okay.
Literally the first 2 seconds, I was just like watching, and then I just start cracking up out loud. So they really got me. There was some sad commercials too. I know the Google one was a little bit of a sad one on just kind of talking about the memories. They did a great job. I know some of my coworkers were even in tears. So yeah, these commercials, they really spend millions of dollars for just 15 to 30 seconds.
Yeah, I think the price, you know, I mean, I'm kind of shooting in the dark, but I know it's $5 or $6 million for a 30-second ad.
I believe you, yeah. And it's the highest watched show. It probably is the #1 highest show or program watched in the United States of America. Now, I know our other attorney, Marcelo Hoffman, one year he actually was overseas. He says he watched the Super Bowl, and over there they don't do the commercials like they do here. So he said he was watching the same commercial over and over. He's like,
man.
what's going on with the commercial? So it is different everywhere you watch it. But yeah, the commercials are a pretty good highlight. A lot of the new commercials get released there, and they definitely step up their game.
Absolutely. You also have to remember in this age of DVR and streaming shows and everything on demand, there is an absolute premium on live event coverage. And Super Bowl just tends to be one of those things where if you're an advertiser, this is the apex in terms of, it's the ultimate in terms of, you know, getting people to see your product or your message or your image. So, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, no, they was super good. And another highlight of this, I would definitely say, is the halftime show. What were your thoughts? I mean, you're not really a big dancer. I mean, maybe you are, that we don't know about. But, like, what was your opinion coming from a male and coming from someone that, you know, likes more the sports side?
I'm always amazed at how every year the production continues to get larger and grander. And I mean, I know this is going to maybe sound off topic, but when I watch that stuff, I look at it and I'm like, how did they get all that up, put it together, and then get it all down in time for the game? Like, it's unbelievable how they do it.
Yeah.
But no, it's amazing. They've turned it into very interactive. You know, J-Lo and Shakira, whether they're your cup of tea or not, the point is that it was fantastic. They did a great job. And, you know, people who are complaining about that, well, last year we had Adam Levine, you know, without a shirt on.
Took off his shirt,
and doing his thing. So, I mean, look, you're never going to make everybody happy, but in terms of production, I thought it was great. I mean,
you're right. You said that very well. I know you have to just really cater to a lot of genres on the Super Bowl, so they have to keep it moving. It is business. We definitely understand, but I think it being in Miami this year and having Shakira and having J-Lo was a good approach. Not only that, they all have hit songs that we all hear on the radio, or maybe your little girls hear on the radio, right?
I mean, I know Jenny on the Block.
Jenny on the Block, yeah. So they came out, they really put on a good performance. Yeah. Not only did they put a good performance, they really showed us certain genres. So they showed us the salsa side. Yeah. They showed us the Afrobeat side. They showed us the poppy side, which is good. They really catered to more than one audience. And just crazy. J-Lo's daughter came out, and just that quick, A Star Is Born.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Amazing.
She is actually a really, really good singer, but I'm pretty sure now she's going to have all types of contracts and stuff.
That's great, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's great. That's great. I know Alex Rodriguez, you know, he was live blogging or Twittering from the, you know, on the field while they were doing it. Like, it was awesome.
It's awesome. So it catered to kids, to women, to teens, to salsa, to Afro. It really catered to a lot, and it was a good performance. It was a proud moment, too, for the Latin community. I know J-Lo came out with half the United States flag, and the other half in the inside was a Puerto Rican flag. Puerto Rico's gone through a lot. Absolutely. I know that's where her roots are, but they were probably more than proud to see their flag on that Super Bowl stage.
Absolutely. And look, this is an event, and that is what makes this country great.
Yeah.
You know? We all come from different parts of the world, and you know, it's a beautiful country, and I love the fact when, you know, you take something like that and you add a local flavor to it. And it's, and I'm going to get on my soapbox here for like 30 seconds.
Okay.
It's unfortunate that today everything it's a negative culture. Okay, anything that comes out, anything that's done, your initial response when you read anything, you go to Twitter, you go to Facebook or whatever, people are complaining about it, and I find it irritating. And enjoy the moment, enjoy life. I mean, not everything has to be offensive.
Yeah.
And whether it's a movie, for example, Marvel, right? When the new last Marvel movie came out, I promise you, I told a friend of mine, I'm like, look, I'm going to pull up Twitter and everybody's going to be complaining. They're going to say it stunk. They're going to say it was bad. They're going to say it was this. And guess what? You loved it, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's how it was.
And you know what? You bring up a good point, because it's so easy for us in society just to go really quick on the dark side or the negative side.
Absolutely.
It's a little bit harder, and it takes more energy for you to just be positive, have this ray of sunshine. But I will challenge you guys, all my friends out there, to try to be positive, whether it's at work, whether it's just a Super Bowl show or something. The more positivity we plug in this world, the happier this environment is going to be, right?
Absolutely. And like when I see people where English is definitely their second language, my first thought is, well, their English is a lot better than my Spanish, Russian, Chinese, French.
Yeah.
Like, their English is a lot better than your second language.
Yeah,
so, I think that I wish people would view it that way, and I wish people would, enjoy the moment and not feel the urge to like armchair quarterback everything.
Yeah. And I kind of want to touch base on that, because actually English is my second language, and I do have a show that's in Spanish, right?
Yes, and I've been on it.
You've been on it, and it's very difficult because your mind thinks, dreams sometimes in a different language, and then sometimes it dreams in the opposite language. So being able to cater to both languages is a little bit challenging.
But
sometimes
it's so impressive.
your accent comes out. Sometimes I say the word in Spanish and I cannot think of it in English. I have like a brain fart to where I just I cannot think of it. So yes, it's definitely a challenge, but very commended. The Super Bowl halftime show was amazing. In my opinion, I loved it, and I'm an entertainer and I do a lot of performances, so I could really appreciate it in the genres of dance that they did.
One question for you, though.
Ooh.
Do you, and I always am so curious to know this, like, you speak two languages. Clearly, you use English more, but Spanish was your first language.
Yeah.
Do you think in Spanish or do you think in English?
Predominantly, I think in English,
Okay.
yes. If I'm speaking in Spanish only, which I do with my family, my mother, and then on the show, my thoughts are all in Spanish. Like, I'm not thinking of the word in English, translate it, and then spit it out. No, it's all in the language that I'm speaking.
Okay.
But predominantly, because our world is in English, I am thinking in English.
So,
sure.
like, I asked my dad that question, like, I want to say maybe 10 years ago or so. And he said, for the longest time, he used to think, and regardless, even though he was here for a while, but he was like, towards, like, the last couple of years or so, he was like, I just started thinking in English.
Yeah.
He said he didn't know how it
Yeah,
happened.
because it's harder for your brain because you have to think of it in a different language. In Spanish, I don't know how your dad's language is. Everything's backwards. So as you're thinking of it, when you spit it out, you have to reverse it and translate it, because everything in Spanish is just total opposite.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would, it's a tough comparison because our family would speak Malayalam, and it's not Latin-based at all, so there's absolutely no connection. So,
Yeah. Hey, learning a foreign language or a different language is very difficult. I know
Absolutely.
I find Spanish very easy, but that's what that was my first language and what I grew up on. So I don't know what it feels like for someone that doesn't know it, but I know, like, if I were to learn a language like Arabic or Chinese, I would probably not.
It would be tough.
It's tough, yeah.
The understanding that I have is that when you're, as a child, it's easier at that point to pick it up, but as soon as you become an adult, it's very the degree of difficulty is significantly higher once you become an adult.
Yeah, for sure. And I know, talking about different languages, I know Shakira, her first language is Spanish. She's from Colombia. I'm not sure J-Lo, but J-Lo does know Spanish, but
She's Jenny from the block.
it's not as probably as fluid as Shakira, but yeah, you know, we got our Latin girls, Latin community rise up. So send me a little heart if you guys are Latin out there. We love our Latinos. We also have Latin campaigns here at D. Miller.
Absolutely.
So we have Latinos running around here too, speaking Spanish. Yeah. We do have a comment. This one's from Chriselle saying, "Go Chiefs!" Yeah. It was a great Super Bowl from beginning to end, from game to commercials to halftime show and final outcome. Yes. We know what kind of fan she is.
I know, absolutely. That's great. That's great.
Awesome. So we kind of talked about a little bit of everything. So now, Ramesh, what we're going to do now, okay, surprise, we're going to play a little trivia game with you, okay? So we're going to go to the trivia side in a little bit. So you guys stay tuned because I'm going to explain to you how this game is going to work, and you're going to find out for the first time. Excellent. But before we do that, I want you guys to take a look of our heroic behavior winner that we had for last month, okay? It just happened. We gave the winner was for January, and I kind of want you to see what they won, and then we'll announce what this month's winner or what the prize is, so that way you guys can definitely participate. The more you participate, the better for you because you're not going to want to miss it. So let's take a look at that video. Hey there, here we are with the heroic behavior winner of February. So what you're winning today is dinner for two for Perry's Steakhouse. How does it feel?
Excited, really good.
Yeah, I know, I'm excited. Maybe you could take me. So do you already have someone in mind that you're going to be taking to this steakhouse? Now this is for Valentine's Day, the day of love that everyone just wears red. So who do you have in mind?
Andrea.
Andrea. Who's Andrea? Is she
my girlfriend?
Your girlfriend. Okay, what a lucky girlfriend. So Perry's is a steakhouse, okay? Have you ever been there before?
Yeah.
Oh, you have. Okay. So they have really good steaks. They have chicken. They have lobster. They have a whole bunch of stuff. So do you already know what you're going to order?
Most likely a regular steak.
Regular steak. Okay. Do me a big favor. When you go with your girlfriend, I want you both in your red and black to take a picture with the little rose, okay? And make sure you send it to us, okay?
All right. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Awesome. So was it easy to win this prize? What did you have to do?
Oh, I just entered the contest, share, and like the post.
Awesome. So all your family and friends should do this next month, and hopefully they can win and take you somewhere, huh?
Yes,
awesome,
ma'am.
Awesome. So I'm going to give you the prize. I want you to check in the envelope and make sure it is a gift card. There we go. Yes, so congratulations, and congratulations to your girlfriend that she's one lucky girl that you're going to take on a dinner date on Valentine's Day. So thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, our heroic behavior winner. Bye.
Look at that. Look good, Maddie.
Wow, so that was cool. We had our heroic behavior winner, which that's awesome. They won dinner for two for Valentine's Day.
Fantastic.
Which is awesome. And they won the gift certificate for Perry's Steakhouse.
Excellent.
You guys are some generous men. It's them you guys got to thank. So now we're ready for our trivia show, okay? Fantastic. So we're going to actually, let me get the questions. Please bear with me. Okay. Right. So you don't need anything but your mind, okay? Right, I'm going to ask you the questions. So how this works is I'm going to ask you the questions. I'm basically testing what your knowledge is with the Kansas City Chiefs, okay? So actually, do you have a favorite team?
Unfortunately, it's the Houston Texans.
Okay, you do have a favorite team, but today we're going to be talking about the winners, Kansas City Chiefs. So, first question, are you guys ready? Okay? Yeah. Please make sure that you guys also are answering in the comment box. I would like to see what you guys know as well. So, look at the name of the game. How well do you know? Aw, so cute. Okay, so what is the Kansas City Chiefs colors?
Red and white and yellow.
Red and gold, which is yellow. Good job. You get 1 point.
But their pants were white.
They were. Yes, they were. So they do have their main colors, what, red, and then
right.
gold, and I think it's sub a
White.
little bit of white.
Yes, you're right.
And the other team, actually, their main color was red as well.
Yeah, it's golden. I think it's gold as well too,
Yeah,
right?
exactly, which is crazy. This is the first, I think the team had the same colors at the Super Bowl. Okay, so what is the name of the Kansas City Chiefs head coach?
Andy Reid.
Good job. There he is. Andy Reid. We have a round of applause for you. Okay, so here they're going to get progressively harder, okay? So what stadium hosted the Super Bowl this year?
I think it's Hard Rock something, but it's Hard Rock something stadium in Miami.
You got it. It's Hard Rock Stadium.
It's just Hard Rock Stadium?
Yeah, that's
All right,
it.
okay,
See,
all right.
no need to get complicated. You made it easy. That's it. You guys see it next to Ramesh. Okay, so who won the MVP of Super Bowl 54?
Patrick Mahomes.
Good job. Yes, he did. He actually killed it. Most valuable player. He did so well. So good job to him. What color, this is funny because you're going to know this. What color of Gatorade was dumped on the Kansas City Chiefs head coach?
The winning orange.
Exactly. He had orange Gatorade all over his red jacket.
Yes.
Okay, so next question. What is the name of the Kansas City Chiefs stadium?
It's Arrowhead Stadium.
Good job.
That I know.
That's the original. That's where they play. Okay. What state are the Kansas City Chiefs located in?
Missouri.
Exactly, Missouri. Okay, tell us why you're laughing.
Just because, if you have Twitter, there are certain accounts that, were verified accounts that congratulated the state of Kansas.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So
An honest mistake, right?
Honest mistake. So yeah, it's Missouri. Good job. What position does Travis Kelce play?
He's tight end. He's the best tight end in the league.
Good job. He's the best tight end in the league.
I had him on my fantasy team in the D. Miller and Associates Fantasy Football.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Of course you do. I believe every second of that. So what is the Kansas City Chiefs logo?
It's like an arrow, like the arrow at the end.
Yes. Let's show him. It is the arrowhead. Wow. You haven't gotten one wrong. This is great. Okay, so here's the last one. Let's see what you guys think if he's gonna get it. Let us know in the comment section. So what is the Kansas City Chiefs mascot?
You know what? It's not. I know it's not a chief, and I remember seeing it on the TV.
Yeah.
And I remember my daughter asking me, "Why is he green?"
Okay.
I have no idea. He's like a dragon or a lizard or something.
Well, you're kind of close. Casey Wolf.
He's a wolf.
He's a
not
wolf,
green.
and he's not green.
Yeah,
but you knew it wasn't a chief.
Yeah, I did.
Because everybody, that's their common mistake. They think it's a chief, Kansas City Chiefs, get it? But no, it's a wolf.
Well, the chief would be culturally insensitive. So.
Yeah, true. That is true. So with that being said, you got, out of these 10 questions, you got 9, so you scored a 90. Still got an A. Of course, I don't doubt anything.
Half a point for the not a team?
Okay, 95. He got a 95. Yeah, so you did great on that.
Thank you.
Those are some questions that normal people, or especially like myself, would not be able to answer. So those are good. You did great. Were you nervous?
No, but I'm going to go pick on Marcelo for sure.
Exactly. Go pick on the other attorneys that we have here.
Yeah.
So now that we're kind of coming close to the end of the show, we're going to talk a little bit about our heroic behavior for this month.
Fantastic.
So you know they all have to do something super, super easy.
Yeah.
So do you want to tell them what they have to do to win?
So, like, comment, share.
Share, and then like our page. They have to like our page.
Okay.
So let's show you guys the picture of this month. So the picture of this month is coming up. So, it's a surprise. Okay, we're going to tell you guys. So we're going to give out, there's a lot of stuff coming up this month, right? There's Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
There's Black History Month that we're honoring. There is the NBA All-Stars coming up.
Yeah.
we just had the Super Bowl. So, but in Houston, Texas, what else is really, really big here for our cowboys and cowgirls?
It is rodeo.
Rodeo time. You
Yeah.
got it. Yes. So we're going to be giving out tickets to the rodeo concert.
Yeah, that's
So
great.
this year we're giving out, is it Cody Johnson tickets.
Fantastic.
I know your wife is a big fanatic, right?
Well, she likes the rodeo. I know that. And yeah, I would. Yeah,
You go
I
in
think-
support, okay? You
Yeah.
gotta do what wifey wants to do, right? Okay.
the country western music is really not my style, but that's okay.
But you do have some cowboy boots.
I do.
You do.
Yeah,
So
I
you
do.
are a good trooper because you do support, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
So because the Houston Rodeo is coming here in Houston, Texas, it's coming towards the end of the month, beginning of March.
I think we start with the cook-off.
Yes,
right?
the cook-off.
Cook-off
Then the whole
first,
beginning of the month, they don't only do, country stuff and country music. They do have a diversity, which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean Gwen Stefani's coming.
Yeah, it's crazy, and I know for your Latin people, Becky G's coming too, so that's
Okay.
super awesome. So all you have to do is find this picture, the one next to Ramesh. You got to like that picture. Go to our Facebook page and like our page, and make sure you share with someone who you take, and also comment below. Now, this picture, it's anyone from Texas. So someone from Dallas may travel, because they will come and
Absolutely.
travel
for the
see
concert.
Cody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
For the concert, yeah.
For sure. So that is what this month's prize is, and
Okay.
we'll have you on the last show so that you can do the honor with the winner.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
I love the heroic behavior program. It's something that's very important to us, and it really brings a lot of the community in. And when the winners come, it's really nice to have them here, and they're
Yeah.
really excited.
So
Yeah,
excited.
Yeah, they get really happy.
Yeah, so you guys are really humble, but you guys are playing heroes, the attorneys here, heroes in many people's lives, whether it's in the community giving back, whether it's doing the heroic behavior, whether it's our clients. So
Yeah.
I know you guys are very humble. We definitely appreciate you guys doing that on the heroic behavior. Now, if you guys want a chance to be on this show, it's super easy, okay? We would love any of you guys, any entrepreneurs or anybody that wants to make a difference on this show, telling us what you're doing and how you're doing it. All you have to do is super easy. Send an email to Giselle@dmillerlaw.com, and we'll make sure to get you on the show. Another big thing that we have, we don't just have stuff on this channel. We have other social media channels. Do you want to tell our viewers what other channels we have?
So we have obviously Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're very active on Instagram.
Yes.
And I think we have quite the array of YouTube channels.
Uh-huh.
And then for the more professional side, we do LinkedIn as well.
Yes, absolutely. And I think you're on all of them, right? Personally.
Uh,
Or some of them.
some of them, yes.
Yes, some of them, yes. There's others that we don't do, but those are
Yes.
our main ones. But you can find us, D. Miller Law, on all of those. Just make sure you search D. Miller Law. You guys will see all the attorneys, not just one,
Yeah.
not just the partner, managing partner. You guys will see all of the attorneys and what they're doing in this community. And every channel's house is something different.
Yeah, and I really encourage you to go on it, especially like the Facebook page and the YouTube channels. They're really fun and interesting. We do a lot. There's a wide array of different kind of things that we do, whether it's kind of some of the fun we have in the office, or some of the really good works we do out in the community.
Even
So,
some of the touchy topics that we're just trying to educate our community. We're also very much involved with educating a lot of our society, so that
Yeah.
way we can recognize, we can help, and we can be a voice for those people as well.
absolutely.
Yeah. So we're now coming to the end of the show. I want to thank you for being on the show, but before I tell you thank you, I wanted you to tell our guests, leave our guests with something. You haven't been on the show this year, okay? We're barely in January, I know February. But what type of words of advice or even comments do you want to give our viewers that are watching you today?
Well, Marty, as always, thank you for inviting me. And you're right, this is the first show of this year, but
Yeah.
it has been a little bit since I've been able to be on the show, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a lot
Yes,
of
we
fun.
love having you on.
I mean, the time goes by really fast,
Yeah.
right? And again, like always, I want to thank you and Giselle and your all's team for putting this together. It's hard to believe from where we started, how this show has absolutely progressed. And again, none of this is absolutely possible without the entire team here. You know, I always want to say thank you to the staff that comes in here every day and, you know, gives us their dedication and commitment. And from behalf of all of us and my partner and myself, to our providers who help us do the work that we do, we thank you as well. So for all your legal needs, or if you have questions, if you want to reach out to us, we're your law firm.
Yeah, we are your law firm. We are your legal heroes. I know we do a lot. So just, you know, be social with us. We love to be your friends. We love to educate. We love to also be, you guys love to be their attorneys as well. So we are definitely here for you guys. Well said. I want to thank all of you guys for watching the show. I want to thank you guys in advance for sharing the show, for liking it and commenting. The more you share it, the more we get to also affect other lives in our community. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Talk to Me Tuesday. On a Tuesday, I'm your host, Madi B. And Ramesh.
Later.